Hey, business wizards. It's Jen Levitz from spellbindingbusinessschool.com, and you're watching Spellbinding Biz TV, where we brew up strategies that transform your bottom line. Now, today's topic is pretty juicy because we're talking about sales and selling. Yeah, that topic that many people don't want to talk about, that's what we're talking about today. Let's get into it. Let's just go there, okay? Sales isn't always fun. There are people who adore sales. They're often sales coaches. They have figured out how to love it. And there are a lot of people in the world that don't love sales. I don't love sales. In fact, I don't feel like I'm really good at it. I'm okay. I do my job when it comes to a sales conversation, but I also understand that the sales conversation isn't about me. The sales conversation is really about the other person. And my job is to show up consistently with a promise. And my offer is the fulfillment of that promise. Now, the promise probably got me the phone call. The promise got me the conversation. And especially if the client has never hired someone to actually deliver on that promise, the client or potential client will want to have more conversation around this particular promise. They will likely want to understand you a little bit better because you're the one that wants to deliver on that promise. And they may want to understand the process a little bit more. They're coming in with questions. And that's really all these sales conversations is about. It's a dialogue to determine you as the person presenting the promise is to determine, are they a good fit for what you want to deliver with this offer? So that's one, are they a good fit? Two, are you feeling okay with delivering with them? Because sometimes you get on a phone conversation and go, oh my God, they're running over all of my words and I don't want to work with this person. Ugh. So that's your side is, do I want to work with this person? And can I deliver what this person is looking for? That's your part. Now, their side, they're trying to determine if you are their person to deliver on that promise, if what you're delivering is what they actually need, and if they value the transformation on that promise enough to part with their money. Yeah, that's a lot, right? There's so many things that it's on them, not on you. So your job is really to help them see the value of this promise that you're making, the value of the transformation, to help them understand what's included, what's not, so that they can feel comfortable doing their internal work to see if they value that transformation. So if we're talking about moving someone from one email marketing system to another, that's one of the things that Spellbinding Services can do. My job as the person on the phone is to determine, are the systems that they're currently using and the system they want to move to, is that something that I feel comfortable that myself and my team can shift over for them? Like, that's the first part. Are they a good fit for this particular thing? And sometimes the system they want to move to may not be the right fit based on what they're looking to do. So I'm actually asking them more questions to get more information about what they want to do to make sure that the system they want to move to can deliver on that promise. So that's one piece. And then I'm looking at, can we deliver on the promise of moving them into that system so that they can deliver what it needs to do? But I'm also hearing where they're at with their business, and have they got enough of their ducks in a row that shifting them is going to be a simple process? Or is it a conversation that I need to point them towards something else or someone else because they're not ready to be in a system like that? That's part on me, because I feel personally responsible for making sure that they're set up for success. That's tied into my why. So that's part of my process. But I also know that if they decide to go with somebody else to set up their system, that wasn't on me. The only part that's on me is helping them see the value of someone else doing it for them. Whether they choose me or choose somebody else, that's irrelevant, because that's not about me. That's about them, about me. And I can't control how they feel about me. I can only control how I feel about them, and how I feel about me, and how I feel about delivering that thing. Yeah, it's kind of got all meta. I get it. So for sales, your job is actually pretty simple. It's listen to what they're saying, ask them questions to get more information, and matching it with what you have already decided you wish to offer. That's kind of why we talk about in profit potions, creating your transformation, figure out your system so you have multiple offers, so that when someone comes to you, you can point them towards whichever offer is the best fit for what they're looking for in the moment. They may have come to you because they're interested in one thing, but when you have the conversation, you may realize that they're a better fit for something else. And you get to present them with another option. Now, money-wise, when you have the conversation and say, okay, this is going to be $2,500 or $750, whatever the number is, it really doesn't matter. It can be a $250, it can be a $250,000 thing. And you will still likely hear, oh, that's too expensive. What that actually means is that you, as the business owner, likely didn't do a great job at conveying the benefits of the transformation. The other person just doesn't value the exchange of money. There are plenty of people, plenty of business owners, plenty of just general random people that would happily pay $250,000 for the right transformation. And if you came to that same person that has that kind of money and presented them a $250, they would say it's too expensive because it wasn't a right fit for them. That's why the whole piece of your transformation and your promise is so important, because the promise is you talking about that transformation. And if you can connect that transformation back to one of the base needs, and if it's a business to business situation, they're a business owner you're working with, if you can find a way to help them directly see how they can make more money than what they invested by working with you. Like if you're $250 and you can directly show them that $250 can be translated into $2,500 or $250,000, like if you can help your ideal client see how you specifically hiring you will lead them there, golden. These are just some of the things to think about when you're creating your offers and you're going to go in for selling. For me, I'm always looking at, what is this offer really? If my people actually action this this, whatever this is, can they reasonably quickly, meaning within about 90 days of completing whatever our time together is. Now, sometimes it may be longer than 90 days. It just depends on what the transformation is. But if someone actions every piece of it, and we go through all of it during our time together, they action it within 90 days of us ending, will they have 10 times the investment, 10x to the investment? So if we're working together, it's $250, and 90 days from now, can they make that $2,500 if they action everything I help them with? If the answer is yes, then I'm good. If the answer is no, then I have to adjust my pricing, because that's my barometer. Now, am I guaranteeing that you're going to do that? No. That's what I use as my my guidelines. My goal is to get you to 100 to 150% of your investment within our time together. That's my goal. That's not always going to happen because it's not on me, it's on you to action it. But that's what I'm looking at. That's my goal. So I'm always looking at how can we monetize it, because I know that newer businesses, it's about monetization. I have got to action it and monetize it, because if I'm not bringing in any money, I'm not working my business. And this is all going back to the sales conversation and this behind the scenes stuff. I personally have to be okay with it. I have to be right with it. I have to have the confidence in my offer, because if I'm not confident in my offer, then I'm not speaking in a way that will have you feel confident in my offer. And sometimes what my clients need to hear is that there's someone confident, someone believes that they can do it. They can totally do it, but sometimes they need to hear from someone else that someone else believes they can do it. I know I kind of went off topic a little bit here, but selling is really an inner game. It's not so much do this, do that, do this step and the next step, and you'll see this. It happens. Yes, you can follow a formula. Yes. And it comes with practice. Doing this is really a process that you really need to embody. It's not just a neat robo thing, because that's the telemarketer on the phone that's following the script. They don't really sell a lot. They're playing the numbers game. They do sell some, but they're playing the numbers game. And even for you as a small business, the more conversations you have, the easier all this whole process becomes, the more likely that you'll soon see sales. It's a traffic piece. So the offer may be to get on a phone call with you, and you still need to get traffic on that offer. Well, then the next step, once they've said yes and exchanged information, now they're back to a traffic piece and you're presenting a different offer. Traffic plus offers equals money. And this is going to keep cycling back because it's all part of the whole. I hope this has served you. Please let me know. You can always email me at Jen, Jen, at spellbindingbusinessschool.com. Yes, there's 3 S's in the middle, with 2 in business and 1 in school. Jen with 1 N. If you screw up and put 2, it will still get to me. But Jen at spellbindingbusinessschool.com. That's it for today. Have a magical one, guys, and we'll see you later.